How's it going, everybody? Dan Mendoza back here for another edition of Knowledge Now Wednesdays. This month, across all our content platforms, the theme is efficiency. So we're going to start off right from the top. How do you develop KPIs, key performance indicators, and core objectives for your learning, your training within your organization? So first thing I would do is you got to start from the top, like we said. You have to sit there, you need to speak to management, you need to coordinate with your leadership and understand what the business is trying to achieve with these initiatives. How are they trying to drive success, and what are the key business measurables right at the top? Once you understand that and you consult with whoever the core business is, who's creating the training, whether it's leadership or management, whether it's operations, whether it's sales or marketing or HR, whatever that is, and you understand their top level objectives, you're going to break it down. You're going to reverse engineer off of that topic. So your next step is going to be, how do you, as the training department, help them achieve their goals? And you're going to go in, and different ways you can approach that is obviously brainstorm with your L&D leadership, brainstorm with your L&D team, speak to managers in the department that you're necessarily looking to train or coordinate. And once you speak to the managers, and we talked about it before, understanding the importance and understanding the needs of the trainee is very important. So if you bring them into the mix and say, hey, here's what we're trying to achieve, what's the best way? What's the ideal way to train you? And you start to combine those things. You start to link them together, put them together and understand, okay, so here's what our core business objectives are. Here are what our objectives are from a training perspective. So we need to make sure that we can reiterate this information. We can engage in this information. We can integrate with these departments and understand these processes. And once we understand those training goals and objectives, you can then take it a third level further and talk to the managers and the employees and say, how can you assist in creating your own micro KPIs, micro objectives inside of your day-to-day operations that will help the training be successful on your team, and that ultimately will help achieve the goal, whatever it is. Higher sales, better cost efficiency, reduced turnover, shorter onboarding time, whatever those objectives are. So it's a 3-step process. Understand your business objectives. Inside of that, how do the objectives that you create and KPIs you create relate to the business objective? And then what can the teammates and the people who are taking the training do to maximize and optimize the goals and objectives all the way up the chain? And then obviously the most important part of it all is, are you going to evaluate it and how are you going to evaluate it? And anytime you set KPIs, anytime you set objectives, you want to create tangible, quantifiable ways to measure success. That way you can show your leadership, hey, we were successful, or hey, we need to pivot this a little bit because we weren't able to align from bottom up and then we had some hiccups. Anyways, everybody, that's Knowledge Now. Thanks for listening again this week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.